Before the pyramids, before kings, before human history, something else was already here. Some say they didn't come in ships. They came in bloodlines, in royal families, in positions of power. For thousands of years, humanity has whispered the same fear, that some people aren't people at all. Eyewitnesses describe glowing eyes, skin that ripples, faces that momentarily change. Our governments call it a hallucination. Scientists call it impossible. But the Black Garden Files say something very different. Underground cities, shape-shifting beings, an ancient species hiding behind human skin. I'm your host, Michael, and this is Project Black Garden, a Monsters and Myths podcast. Season 3, The Lotus Files. File number 005. The Reptilians. This podcast is where every myth has a body and every shadow hides a truth. Stay with me. The reptilian alien species. They do not conquer with ships, they conquer with faces. The first records, long before humans wrote history, ancient civilizations recorded serpent beings who walked like men. They appeared in Sumerian tablets, the Anunnaki, in Mayan codices, the sky serpents, Egyptian mythology, the serpent of the crown, Chinese legends, dragon kings, Hindu texts, the Nagas. All described tall, scaled humanoids with glowing eyes who descended from the sky and ruled humanity as gods. The ancients didn't call them aliens. They called them kings. But who are they really? Modern Black Ops intelligence refers to them as Homo Draconis, the dragon people. They are an ancient extraterrestrial species that evolved on a hot, high-gravity planet orbiting a red star. They are cold-blooded, extremely intelligent, highly aggressive, long-lived, and physically gifted. Their biology allows them to alter their cellular vibration, giving them the ability to mimic human appearance almost perfectly. This is where the shape-shifting legends come from. Reptilians can hide their form, but they cannot fully hide their eyes. Across thousands of eyewitness accounts, the same detail appears: vertical slit pupils, sudden glowing flashes, yellow or green reflection, eyes moving wrong. This is because their optic nerves operate on a different light spectrum. When stressed or angry, their disguise glitches. According to reports, reptilians arrived on Earth over 300,000 years ago. They discovered early humans and genetically modified them into a labor species. This is why humanity suddenly evolved: intelligence, language, agriculture, and tool-making. We were never supposed to be equal. We were designed to serve. Ancient kings and pharaohs were not human. They were reptilian overlords wearing human skin. The royal bloodlines still exist today. Reptilians cannot reproduce easily on Earth, so they hybridize with humans. This creates families with high intelligence, lack of empathy, obsession with power, strong political dominance. These bloodlines control governments, central banks, media corporations, and military commands around the world. They don't rule publicly, they rule from the shadows. Reptilians cannot survive long on the surface, so they built massive underground cities called the Serpent Vaults. Their known existence lie beneath Antarctica, Nevada, the Himalayas, the Amazon, and even beneath the Vatican. It is said they use hollow earth tunnels and alien technology to move across the planet unseen. Human governments had made treaties with them. Yes, official treaties. Reptilians run a secret genetic harvesting program. Abducted humans report cold medicine rooms, tall beings in cloaks, yellow eyes watching from shadows, lizard-like doctors. They are apparently studying emotions, harvesting DNA, and creating better hybrids. Because they know something terrifying. The coming war. The Reptilians believe Earth is their planet. They see humans as livestock that escaped control, and they are preparing to reclaim it. Ancient prophecies across multiple cultures describe skyfire, serpent kings returning, humans rising up, a hidden war beneath the world. This is not mythology. It is a slow invasion. There are famous reptilian encounters. The Los Angeles Tunnel Incident in 1934. Location, downtown Los Angeles. Witnesses, city engineers, construction crew. While digging a new subway tunnel beneath what is now Union Station, workers broke through into a vast underground chamber. Inside they found metallic walls, not of human design, strange humming machinery, claw-like footprints in the dust. 3 workers claimed they saw a tall humanoid figure emerge from the darkness, scaly skin, elongated skull, glowing yellow eyes. One man tried to run. He was found minutes later with severe internal injuries, as if someone had struck him with inhuman strength. The tunnel was quickly sealed, and the report vanished. The Buckingham Palace glitch. Location, London, UK. Witness, Royal Security Officer. During a private reception, a guard observed a member of the royal family speaking with diplomats when their face suddenly flickered. For less than a second, the skin appeared scaled, the eyes slitted, and the jaw extended. The guard was later reassigned, then disappeared from records. Britain's royal bloodline has been linked to the Dragon Kings in medieval texts. The Dolce base survivors, 1979. Location, Archuleta Mesa, New Mexico. Witnesses, military contractors. A firefight broke out in a deep underground base. Security personnel encountered non-human beings described as reptilian, tall and muscular, armed with energy weapons. One soldier reported watching a creature tear a man apart with bare hands. The survivors were forced to sign national security silence contracts. The Dolce base officially does not exist. In 2009, the CNN Eye event. Location, live television broadcast. A world politician leader gave a speech when viewers noticed his eyes blink sideways, turn yellow, reflect like a predator's. The video went viral before being scrubbed from all archives and internet. CNN called it a digital distortion. But distortions don't blink. There was even a case from Skinwalker Ranch in Arizona. Multiple families reported people who moved wrong, voices that sounded copied, faces that changed mid-sentence, tall shadow figures with glowing eyes. One witness said it looked like a man wearing a man. All security footage later vanished. A Project Black Garden side note. The sightings are increasing. The disguises are slipping, whether intentional or by mistake. And whatever they are, they're running out of patience. This week's episode was taken from a file that my great uncle Sam reported on personally. It's from an official interview with a Commander Hale that had direct contact with a group of reptilians. And this is what was documented in that interview. The rain was falling wrong. Commander Hale noticed it first, each drop hitting the Nevada desert with a hollow, metallic sound, like something striking steel far beneath the sand. The Black Garden Mobile Command Unit had been parked above a known tunnel junction for 12 hours, waiting for seismic pings from something moving underground. Something was definitely moving now. "Motion signature confirmed," whispered Lieutenant Vega. 5 life forms. They're not human." The lights inside the command truck flickered immediately, warning them of the worst. Then the screams began. The first guard died without warning. His body slammed into the side of the truck hard enough to dent the armored steel. When the floodlights snapped on, what remained of him was twisted, backward, bone shattered, face frozen in a scream that never finished. That's when they came from the shadows. Tall, lean, and scaled. The Reptilians moved like the predators they were known for, from another world. Fast, silent, perfectly coordinated. Their eyes glowed amber through the darkness as they tore through the perimeter. Our bullets did nothing but make them move more aggressive, and if even possible, faster. One of Hale's men unloaded an entire magazine into a reptilian's chest. The creature barely slowed. It grabbed him by the skull and pulled his spine out in one smooth motion, like ripping a cord from a wall. But its objective wasn't shock. It wasn't slaughter. It was access. 2 more Reptilians rushed the command terminal, their claws slicing through reinforced glass. One extended a thin, black tendril from its wrist. It looked biomechanical, but it was alive. And it plunged it into the Black Garden database port. Vega shouted, "They're downloading all files. They're copying everything. Species data, containment protocols, everything." Commander Hale tried to reach the emergency kill switch, but it was too late. A reptilian was already there. It looked human now. Almost. Its face had reshaped into something comforting, familiar. Someone Commander Hale trusted. He later said that that face was my great Uncle Sam. Then its eyes blinked sideways. "You study us," it said calmly. "You hunt us. You catalog our dead." Behind it, Commander Hale's team was being slaughtered. He had a hard time focusing on the impossible face before him. The great alien continued, "But you forget something, Commander." The creature leaned in closer. "We have been studying you since before your species learned how to write." And then the reptilian paused, as if waiting for Commander Hale to run, but the commander didn't run. As his team continued to be torn apart, he ripped a plasma sidearm from a fallen operative and turned toward the tallest of the Reptilians, the one giving the orders, the ones whose eyes never left him. The leader stepped forward, towering over him, its scales shimmering like black glass beneath the floodlights. "Commander Hale," it said in perfect English, "you are more dangerous than you look." Commander Hale fired without a word. The blast tore through the creature's shoulder, blowing apart scales and muscle in a spray of burning black blood. The reptilian roared, not in pain, but in fury, and it lunged forward. The two soldiers collided like two worlds, engulfing each other. Commander Hale was slammed into the sand, ribs cracking. The reptilian's claws raked across his chest, slicing through tactical armor and carving deep, permanent scars into his flesh. Commander Hale screamed, but didn't stop fighting. He drove a large combat blade straight into the reptilian's neck. The blade didn't kill it, but it stayed. Black blood poured down its scaled chest as the creature staggered back, clutching the wound, its disguise flickering wildly between human and monster. "You will remember me," Commander Hale growled through blood and broken teeth. The reptilian hissed, eyes blazing. "And you will remember me." With a violent twist, it tore the blade free, ripping its own flesh open even wider. The wound looked as if it would never fully heal. But neither would Commander Hale's. They locked eyes again, predator and prey, now bound by pain and scar tissue. Then the creature vanished into the darkness with its team, leaving Hale bleeding in the sand, marked forever. Two survivors of the same war. Two enemies who would never forget each other. Having completed their download, their disappearance happened so fast, as if melting into the storm. Hours later, as rescue teams arrived, Commander Hale found something carved into the metal wall beside him. A message burned deep by reptilian claws. "We see you. We hear you. And we will be watching you forever." Commander Hale turned to Lieutenant Vega and whispered, "The war had just begun." Now, my great uncle Sam enclosed with this file a manuscript of a follow-up interview he conducted with Commander Hale himself, and it reads as follows. Sam asked, "You're stable?" Hale replied, "Stable enough." "Good. Start from the moment you realized this wasn't a standard incursion." After a long pause, Hale said, "The rain changed." "Explain." "It stopped sounding natural, like it was hitting something hollow beneath us. That's when I knew they were already under the site." "You engaged the lead hostile?" "Yes, sir." "It approached me. Alone at first. It wasn't in full form. It had begun to shift already." "Shift into what?" Sam asked. Hale paused longer this time before answering, "You." Annoyed a little bit, Sam ordered, "Be specific, Commander." "It had your face, even your posture, and that tiny scar above your left eyebrow. But more importantly, it even had your voice." With no emotion, Sam continued, "And you hesitated?" "For half a second. That's all it needed. It stepped closer, like you do when you're about to give field advice. It lowered its voice the same way you do when you don't want the others to hear. It whispered, 'Stand down. This is above your clearance.' And if it hadn't blinked wrong, I might have." Sam asked, "Blink wrong?" Hale looked at him. "Yes. Sideways. Just for a fraction of a second. The human mask glitched. I saw scales under the skin, yellow in the whites of the eyes. It tried to smile like you, but there was no warmth in it. And that's when I knew for certain." "What did it say after that?" "It told me we'd been studying them for too long, that infiltration goes both ways." Sam took a moment and then asked, "Commander, how detailed was the likeness?" Hale responded, "Perfect. It even had the slight limp in your right leg." "That information is not public." Hale agreed, "No, sir." "Which means they've either accessed sealed personal files or they've been watching you directly." Sam ignored that and asked, "When it dropped the disguise, it kept your eyes last. That was the worst part. Your face with those eyes. And then it told me something before we fought. Something I didn't share in my earlier report." "What was that?" Sam asked. "It said, 'Tell him this was a courtesy.'" My great-uncle Sam took a moment before asking, "A courtesy?" "Yes, sir. It said next time, they won't borrow your face. They'll wear it permanently." According to this, my great-uncle Sam paused the recording of this interview for approximately 17 minutes. And then the tape begins again. Sam orders, "Commander, look at me. Do you believe they targeted you specifically?" Hale answers, "Yes." "Why is that?" "Because I hurt their leader. And because they know you and I are the only ones in this division who don't scare easily. This wasn't reconnaissance. I think it was psychological warfare. They wanted us to doubt our own command structure. They wanted me to question whether you were, well, you." Sam asked abruptly, "And do you?" Without missing a beat, Hale responded, "No, sir. But I'll never forget how close I came." And my great-uncle Sam finished the interview with a direct warning. "Commander, understand this clearly. If they can copy my face, they can copy anyone's. Trust no one without verification. Not even me. And if you ever see my likeness in the field again, don't hesitate. Shoot first." The recording ends abruptly. All right, listeners, thank you for being here this week. These episodes have gotten crazy lately, and I have many more ready for you, but only a few more left in this season's files. So come back next time when we discover the truth behind one of the most ancient and deadly beings out there, the horrifying Divik. You have been listening to Project Black Garden. a Monsters and Myths podcast. Season 3, The Lotus Files. As always, I'm your host, Michael. And remember, monsters are real. And if you're listening to this, they might be listening too.